Have you ever found yourself in a situation where it seemed like everyone was out to get you? Like the people around you were plotting, scheming, and doing everything they could to bring you down? It's an unsettling feeling, being surrounded, outnumbered, and wondering how you'll manage to come out on top. But here's the part they didn't see coming. You're stronger than they ever gave you credit for. When they thought they were closing in on you, they were actually setting themselves up for failure. You see, when the pressure is on, you don't crack, you thrive. They didn't realize that every attempt to take you down only fueled your resilience, sharpened your focus, and strengthened your resolve. So, what exactly caused their plan to crumble while you emerged more powerful than ever? Let's break it down. The power of divine protection. The power of divine protection is like an invisible shield around you, guarding your every step. As a chosen one, you walk through life with a force far greater than anything that can be seen or touched. It's a bit like how the sun effortlessly outshines the night. No matter how long the darkness tries to linger, there's a natural protection that surrounds you, something unshakable, undeniable, and beyond human understanding. This divine energy, gifted to you by the universe, acts as a constant source of strength and guidance, ensuring that no matter what people try to throw your way, you remain untouched at the core. Imagine walking through a storm while being completely dry, protected by a bubble of warmth and light. The wind can howl, the rain can pour, and yet you are unscathed. That's what divine protection feels like. It doesn't mean challenges won't come, it just means they can't break you. You are safeguarded, not because you fight back with the same force, but because the energy surrounding you is pure, powerful, and resilient in ways that human efforts can't match. It's like trying to put out a wildfire with a bucket of water. It simply won't work. Their attempts are too small, too fragile to affect the deep and divine light that surrounds you. People may come together, scheme, and plot, thinking that in numbers they'll have the strength to take you down. But what they don't realize is that divine protection is not something that numbers can overwhelm. It's like trying to move a mountain by pushing it. No matter how many hands they put together or how much energy they pull, the mountain doesn't budge because it's rooted in something far greater. Your connection to the divine is like that mountain, grounded in something immovable, something eternal. It's a force that can't be swayed by human actions or intentions. What's even more remarkable is how this protection works without you having to do anything. You don't have to be constantly on guard, worried about every attack or betrayal. The universe has already taken care of that for you. Just like a bird doesn't question the air that holds it up when it flies, you don't have to question the protection that surrounds you. It's always there, guiding you, keeping you safe, and ensuring that no harm truly touches you. Their plans may get close, but they can't penetrate the energy field that the divine has placed around you. When people try to bring you down, it's often because they see something in you that they fear or don't understand. They try to throw shade on your light, but the truth is, your light is fueled by something they can't touch. It's like trying to stop the tide from coming in. It's a force of nature, unstoppable and ever-flowing. Their schemes, no matter how clever, are futile because they're built on shaky ground. They don't have the spiritual backing or the purity of intent that you have, and that's why they fail. Time and time again, their efforts fall apart. Not because you fight back, but because they simply can't touch what is divinely protected. Attempts to dim your light. When people try to dim your light, it's often because they see something in you that they wish they had but can't understand. Imagine standing tall, like a bright lighthouse, guiding ships safely through the darkest storms. And yet, there are those who, instead of being grateful for your light, want to snuff it out. Their actions are not based on reason or fairness. They are driven by deep-rooted envy and fear. It's like a moth drawn to a flame, not understanding the flame's purpose, only knowing it shines too brightly for their comfort. Your light represents something powerful and uncontainable, something that reminds them of their own shadows, and that's why they feel the need to try and diminish it. Their attempts often take the form of criticism, gossip, or trying to make you doubt your own abilities. It's like trying to throw a blanket over a bonfire, hoping it will smother the flames. But what they don't realize is that your light doesn't come from external approval or validation. It's ignited from within, fueled by your inner strength, passion, and divine purpose. Like the sun that rises each day without anyone's permission, your light is not something they can control. And that's what scares them the most. Your autonomy, your ability to shine regardless of their opinions or actions. Fear, too, plays a huge role in their behavior. They fear what they don't understand, and your brilliance is something they can't comprehend. It's as if your energy highlights everything they're not, everything they wish they could be. Instead of working on their own growth, they'd rather try to pull you down to their level. It's like crabs in a bucket. When one tries to climb out, the others instinctively pull it back down. They see your potential, and instead of being inspired by it, they feel threatened, afraid that your success will expose their own insecurities and inadequacies. Your rise becomes a mirror, reflecting their stagnation. What they fail to realize is that their efforts to dim your light only make it stronger. Every attempt to put you down teaches you something about resilience, about standing firm in your truth. It's like a diamond being polished. Pressure and friction only make it shine brighter. Their envy and fear become the very forces that push you to grow, evolve, and shine even more brightly. It's a cosmic irony that the more they try to extinguish your light, the more it illuminates everything around you, revealing the truth of who you are. At the end of the day, their actions stem from their own struggles and lack of self-worth. They don't have the tools to recognize that your light doesn't dim their own. In fact, if they allowed it, your light could guide them toward their own potential. But instead, they choose to operate from a place of fear, trying to put out what they can't control. And just like trying to stop the wind by holding out your hands, their attempts to dim your light are ultimately futile. Your light was meant to shine, not for their approval, but because it's your birthright, your calling, and nothing they do can ever truly diminish that. Your resilience and growth. Your resilience is like the roots of a tree growing deeper and stronger with every storm that passes. Each time life tries to knock you down, you don't just stand back up. You rise with more strength, more wisdom, and more clarity about who you are and where you're headed. Adversity, rather than breaking you, becomes the very thing that shapes you into a stronger, more focused version of yourself. It's like forging steel in fire. The heat and pressure don't destroy it, they harden it, making it more resilient. In the same way, the challenges you face have become the fire that strengthens your spirit, turning you into someone who is unshakable, no matter what comes your way. Every time someone tries to bring you down, it's like trying to pull a slingshot back. The further they pull, the farther you soar when released. What they don't realize is that their attempts to tear you apart are actually catapulting you toward your purpose. Obstacles, instead of being roadblocks, become stepping stones that guide you more directly toward your path. It's as if life is a maze, and each challenge is just another turn that brings you closer to the exit. With every setback, you gain a clearer understanding of what you're meant to do, who you're meant to be, and how strong you truly are. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about transforming through adversity. When life tests you, it's like the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. The struggle of breaking free from the cocoon isn't meant to weaken the butterfly. It's essential for it to develop the strength to fly. Likewise, each challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, for transformation. Instead of being crushed under the weight of your difficulties, you use them as fuel, learning how to spread your wings and soar higher. Your growth through adversity becomes a testament to your unyielding spirit. What's remarkable is that the more aligned you become with your purpose, the less those obstacles affect you. It's like walking a path that was always meant for you. The stones may be there, but they no longer feel like barriers. They become part of the journey, necessary steps that only deepen your understanding and strengthen your resolve. The more you face, the more you realize that these challenges were never meant to stop you, but to refine you. It's like polishing a gemstone. The more friction it experiences, the more it shines. Divine protection surrounds you. Divine protection surrounds you like a cloak of invisible armor, shielding you from harm in ways you might not even realize. It's like having an unbreakable barrier around you, one that's not visible to the eye, but felt deep in your soul. Just as a knight wears armor to shield themselves in battle, your spiritual armor guards you in life. This protection is woven from divine energy, the very force of the universe, ensuring that no matter what comes your way, you are safe from the blows meant to hurt you. It's like walking through a storm while staying completely dry, because this spiritual shield deflects anything that tries to disrupt your peace or purpose. What's remarkable about this divine armor is that it's always with you, even when you aren't aware of it. It's as if you're walking through a forest at night, but a light always follows you, illuminating your path and keeping dangers at bay. This isn't just luck or coincidence. It's the universe actively working to protect you, guiding you away from harm and keeping you aligned with your true path. Sometimes, this protection shows up as a gut feeling, an intuitive nudge telling you to avoid certain people or situations. It's like a whisper in your ear, steering you clear of danger before you even realize it's there. Other times, it comes in the form of unexpected allies, people who appear in your life just when you need them most, offering support, encouragement, or even protection. These allies, whether they come as friends, mentors, or even strangers, are sent by the universe as part of your divine protection. It's like having guardian angels in human form, placed in your life to help guide you through difficult times. You might not always recognize them at first, but looking back, you see how perfectly they showed up, as if the universe knew exactly who to send at the right moment. Just like how a tree grows stronger when it's surrounded by other trees, protecting it from harsh winds, you too are supported by the people and forces the universe sends your way. They form a network of protection, helping you stand tall through life's challenges. And then, there are the signs, those subtle hints and symbols the universe uses to communicate with you. It could be a repeated number you see everywhere, a song that plays just when you need to hear it, or a chance encounter that feels too perfect to be random. These signs are like a map, guiding you, reminding you that even when things seem unclear, you are not walking alone. It's the universe saying, "I've got you," offering reassurance when you need it most. This divine guidance is like a compass, always pointing you in the direction of safety and growth, helping you navigate through the maze of life with confidence and grace. The failure of their unity. When people come together to try and bring you down, it often seems like a powerful force, but their unity is built on fragile foundations, much like a house of cards. They may appear strong as they gather in numbers, but underneath, their connection is rooted in jealousy, fear, and insecurity. Imagine a group of kids trying to hold up a flimsy tent made of old sheets. It might look impressive at first, but a single gust of wind could send it tumbling down. This so-called unity lacks the solid bonds of genuine support and love, making it weak and susceptible to collapse. Their intentions are often tainted by negativity, and this collective darkness can only thrive in shadows, unable to withstand the brilliant light of divine protection that surrounds you. When they band together against you, their actions are like trying to extinguish a bright candle with their breath. No matter how much they huff and puff, that flame continues to flicker, steadfast and unyielding. Their jealousy blinds them to the truth that they can never dim your light as long as it is fueled by a divine purpose. Each attempt they make to corner you, to push you down, only reveals their own insecurities. Like a group of wolves trying to take down a lion, they may feel powerful in their pack, but they cannot match the fierce strength and resilience that comes from your inner light and the protection that surrounds you. Their unity, driven by spite and envy, is like a tangled web spun by a spider that has lost its way. It might appear intricate and complex, but it lacks the strength needed to hold anything significant. Each thread woven from their shared negative energy is frail and easily broken. In contrast, your divine protection acts like an impenetrable force field, a shield that reflects their darkness back upon itself. Instead of dragging you down, their attempts only serve to strengthen your resolve and deepen your connection with the divine energy that supports you. As they conspire together, they may feel a sense of camaraderie, but it's a shallow connection that lacks authenticity. Their unity is like a chorus singing out of tune, each voice out of sync, creating a discordant melody that cannot resonate with the harmonious vibrations of your spirit. Their attempts to create a collective force against you reveal their desperate need for validation and power, which only serves to highlight their weakness. They may think they can overpower you by banding together, but their collective darkness has no true power when faced with the light of your divine protection. The boomerang effect of karma. Karma operates like a boomerang, always returning to its source, and the negative energy others throw your way eventually comes back to them, often multiplied. When people act out of jealousy or spite, they may believe they can escape the consequences of their actions, but that's like trying to throw a stone into a pond and expecting it not to ripple. Each negative thought, each unkind word, and every underhanded action sends out vibrations into the universe that inevitably circle back, catching the instigators off guard. Imagine tossing a ball against a wall. It will always bounce back to where it started. Similarly, the energy they project, rooted in malice, will return to them in ways they never anticipated. This concept of karma is not merely a moral lesson, it's a universal law that ensures balance. When they attempt to bring you down, it's as if they're digging a pit for you, only to stumble into it themselves. They may feel powerful in their moment of attack, thinking they can tear you apart, but as the universe weaves its web of cause and effect, their malicious intentions become the very traps that ensnare them. Their negativity creates a cycle that circles back, serving as a reminder that what goes around truly comes around. It's as if they're planting seeds of bitterness in a garden, only to find that the weeds they cultivated choked their own blossoms. Moreover, unity built on malicious intent is like a fragile balloon filled with air. It may seem impressive at first, but it can burst with the slightest prick. When they conspire together, thinking their collective energy will bring you down, they create an illusion of strength. However, this alliance is steeped in negativity, and such foundations cannot endure. Just like a house built on sand, their schemes will wash away with the tides of time. Their attempts to gang up on you are doomed from the start because the universe recognizes the true nature of their intentions and it balances the scales accordingly. As their negative energy bounces back, they may experience a cascade of consequences. Friendships falter, opportunities slip through their fingers, and their own inner turmoil intensifies. It's as if they've set off a chain reaction, where each action reverberates, ultimately affecting their lives in profound ways. While you stand firm in your light, they find themselves lost in shadows of their own making, struggling to understand why their plans are unraveling. In the grand tapestry of life, karma serves as a reminder that every action has a reaction, and unity based on ill will only sows discord. Their collective darkness becomes a heavy cloak, dragging them down as they realize their efforts to harm you have only brought misfortune upon themselves. It's like a cycle of boomerangs. They throw negativity into the world, and it comes flying back to them with a force they never anticipated. The very energy they directed at you transforms into a mirror, reflecting their own shortcomings and failures. Adversity as a tool for strength. Adversity is like a blacksmith's hammer, striking the iron of our character to shape and strengthen it. When life throws challenges our way, it may feel uncomfortable or even painful, but each struggle is an opportunity for transformation. Just as a caterpillar must endure the darkness of its cocoon to emerge as a beautiful butterfly, we too must navigate through tough times to discover our true selves. Adversity tests our limits and pushes us beyond what we thought we could handle, revealing reservoirs of resilience we didn't know existed. When faced with hardship, we learn to adapt, much like a river that carves its path through stone, shaping the landscape around it. This process of overcoming obstacles brings clarity, illuminating our values, goals, and the very essence of who we are. Every challenge is a lesson wrapped in disguise, guiding us toward personal evolution. Imagine climbing a mountain. The ascent may be steep and treacherous, but each step forward builds our strength and determination. As we push through difficulties, we gain perspective on our capabilities. What once seemed insurmountable transforms into a stepping stone, showing us that we are more powerful than our circumstances. Adversity invites us to reassess our lives, asking us to strip away distractions and focus on what truly matters. It acts like a spotlight, shining on our passions and aspirations while casting aside what no longer serves us. Moreover, facing challenges can help us cultivate empathy and compassion, making us more in tune with the struggles of others. Just as a diamond is formed under pressure, our experiences with adversity can polish our character, making us shine even brighter in the face of life's trials. Each setback becomes a teacher, imparting wisdom that shapes our journey. The moments of struggle can feel heavy, like carrying a backpack full of stones, but with each burden we lift, we grow stronger and more resilient. eventually learning to walk with grace under pressure. Embracing adversity as a necessary part of life means acknowledging that growth often comes from discomfort. Like a tree that bends in the wind but does not break, we learn to sway with the storms of life, developing a flexibility that enables us to adapt to change. These experiences of resilience give us the courage to face future challenges with confidence, reminding us that we have weathered storms before and can do so again. Your inner strength is like a sturdy tree with deep roots, firmly planted in the ground, even when the fiercest storms rage around it. When faced with adversity, instead of breaking, you discover that you are more resilient than you ever imagined. It's as if every challenge is a wave crashing against your shores. While it may momentarily shake your foundation, it also shapes you, carving out new contours and making you stronger. This empowerment doesn't come from an absence of struggle, but from embracing it wholeheartedly. Each setback serves as a stepping stone, a chance to regroup and refocus, pushing you to rise even higher. Think of the phoenix, a magnificent bird that rises from its own ashes, reborn stronger and more vibrant. Adversity, in this way, acts as the fire that fuels your transformation, reminding you that every difficulty is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. When you encounter hardships, instead of feeling defeated, you start to see them as valuable lessons. It's as if life is handing you a puzzle, challenging you to fit the pieces together. And with each challenge, you become more adept at solving it. You learn to trust yourself, tapping into an inner reservoir of strength that may have lain dormant, waiting for the right moment to awaken. Your resilience is also like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it becomes. Each time you face a challenge, you stretch this muscle, gaining confidence with every experience. When you stumble, you learn to rise, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. This process builds an unshakable belief in your ability to overcome, creating a foundation upon which you can stand tall. The more setbacks you encounter, the more you realize that you possess the power to turn adversity into opportunity. Every fall becomes a setup for a grand comeback, teaching you that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone to success. Picture a spring-loaded toy that compresses when pressed down, but launches forward with more force when released. Similarly, your challenges may push you down, but they also propel you to greater heights. As you navigate through life's ups and downs, you develop a keen awareness of your strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to refine your approach to future obstacles. Each challenge you overcome adds another layer to your character, shaping you into a more formidable force. Moreover, this journey is not just about personal growth, it's also about inspiring others. When people see you rise from your struggles, it acts like a beacon of hope for them, encouraging them to tap into their own inner strength. Your story of resilience can become a guiding light for those around you, reminding them that they too can rise above their difficulties. Ultimately, your unshakable inner strength is a testament to your ability to adapt, grow, and thrive. Life may throw curveballs your way, but with each challenge, you are reminded of your power. Embrace the setbacks, for they are not stumbling blocks. They are the launching pads for your greatest achievements. As you continue on your journey, remember that your inner strength will always guide you back to the path of empowerment and success, turning every challenge into a chapter of triumph in your life story.